Hey guys, and welcome to Nerd Locker Podcast, your entertainment podcast for everything movies, television, video games, and more. My name's Adam.
I guess I'm Oliver.
And this is another one this week of Outdoors with Nerd Locker.
Is that can't be a thing?
If you have an OnlySeries account, I can do whatever I want with this.
That's fair.
See?
I don't have one. It's just it exists in the ether, and nothing's published on it. We can't harp on that.
We can for this week at least.
Oh, gosh.
All right, guys. So we're gonna just go down the line of some news things. This is just fun. We're not really. There's nothing going on. Invincible hasn't started yet. So, first thing, we talked about Avatar last week.
Right.
It got renewed, guys. Seasons 2 and 3, like we thought, and probably gonna be filmed back to back, which is fucking amazing. My mom started watching it.
What?
My mom started watching it.
No way.
Yeah.
Did she watch the animation?
She did.
Oh.
She did watch, and she watched Korra. She watched it all. She didn't remember a lot of it because it's been a while since she watched it, but she binged all that. I think over COVID. Yeah, over the pandemic and stuff. So she's now rewatching it and getting really into it. Because we were talking about, I think this live action version is a good way to get parents to see this.
Yeah, we talked about that. I wonder if my parents would be interested in watching the
because
animation.
I was talking to my mom too about it, and she was just like, yeah, it's pretty intense and everything else, and we were talking more and more about the basis of war within it, and how us as kids were watching this, and we knew what we were watching, but it went right over parents' head, and we said this already before, but it's weird to see my mom actually talking about that. So I'm excited for them. I know the actors, the one that plays guitar is about to turn 18, so they gotta.
Oh, so they have to speed it up a little bit.
Yeah. So I'm assuming they're gonna go right into filming.
Damn.
And the way that they did it too was in a cool Zoom call with all of them, and they had.
I saw that.
They had Daniel Day Kim fuck with them.
him.
Yeah.
Dude, that fucking son of a bitch.
Yeah. So that was kind of funny. And then.
Just kidding. I love you, Daniel.
Some other things some sad news. I just want to pay respects. Akira Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball Z, passed away.
Right. Yeah, that was a blow.
There are some seagulls. I'm sorry if you guys hear this, but seagulls are going nuts right now.
Silence, but the seagulls decided to do their own thing.
Yeah, the seagulls are saying it. Here's our moment of silence.
You hear that? Oh my! They're still going.
I think there's a moment of silence in there.
At some time, just
we do really feel for that.
And that Dragon Ball or actually Dragon Ball Z was actually a huge part of my childhood. So
yeah,
and I know a lot of the artwork that he's made is also a huge part of the today's animation and anime that's a part of our lives. So it kind of sucks seeing him go, but
it's a part of it's our childhood. You know,
it's I'm sure he's still going to be inspiring other artists to be moving forward to make some new animation and more artwork.
Yeah.
As we get some new stuff out there. What the fuck?
Over here breaking shit. I think very much so, because you can see where the original artist from Pokemon, the manga, definitely inspired Ken Sugimori, who a lot of people know as the artist for Pokemon. Mm-hmm. He wasn't the original, but he's the stock photos, everything that you see everywhere, stuff like that. So and the original artist from Pokemon also inspired Akira to do a similar animation for the Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball manga, which translated to that. That's why a lot of Japanese animation kind of looks similar to each other. Okay. Because it was one inspiration from that.
That makes sense.
But Akira definitely paved the way of elongated manga, story arcs. He really paved that way for One Piece and for Yu-Gi-Oh and everything else, to keep going with even if you go series to series, Z to GT to everything else, Yu-Gi-Oh went from Yu-Gi-Oh to GX to 5Ds to everything else after.
Yeah, right.
So it's you can keep going on with that. So I'm very grateful for Akira and what he did for us for our childhood, and how it inspired so many other things that also were part of our childhood.
Okay.
And how he himself was inspired by another part of it. So it's it's weird to see him go. He was very young. He was in his 60s. I think he's 68. I might be wrong. Sorry. But I really do feel for him.
Do you know how? I'm not
I
entirely
think
sure.
it was just from some kind of complications with health. A lot of people like the creator of and sorry, I don't know names right off the bat, but the creator of My Hero Academia has been going through a lot of health issues lately, and it's caused a lot of stalls and everything. And
that's kind of crazy.
Kohei Horikoshi. So I'm sorry if I said I think I said the last name right. I'm sorry if I said the first name wrong. But he has definitely been having some issues health wise, and he's not old. He's 37.
That's crazy.
That's
so scary.
Yeah. Like, so it just
We're
tells
7 years away from that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So concerning.
So to go down that, just one more thing on that is just like, we definitely have had a lot of people pass lately of like younger ages, older ages. And I just want you guys to like, we talk a lot about better help on this show, like keep your mental health in check, but also like keep your physical health in check. Like things happen. We're 30, like things don't move the same way. It really does change overnight.
But like my knees are like 60.
Yeah.
My back's like 75.
But I mean, you can attest too, like it does change overnight. Like not now, like 29 to 30, but like end of your 20s into your 30s.
You can feel it.
It hits you. So like keep up with it. Take your vitamins to get regular checkups. Like it's crazy. And then before we get into the next couple of things, I wanted to say a quick word from our sponsors. And thank you to BetterHelp for sponsoring this video. With BetterHelp, you could tap into a network of 30,000 licensed and experienced therapists who, can help you with a wide range of issues. And like when you start out, you answer a few questions, and any preferences you have for therapy, whether it be for a certain thing you want to try to get over, whether it be maybe too sporadic, anxiety, paranoia, whatever it is that you guys are going through, you can find the right therapist for you by just answering a couple of simple questions. And you can also talk to the therapist that fits mostly for you. If you find out you're not a fit with this therapist, or it's someone that you don't really want to talk to, or just maybe doesn't get you, you're able to change any time, any place, completely for free, which is, I think, in my case, a really cool thing. As well as you can get via text with your therapist, you can do video call, you can do just phone call. So like it's whatever you really feel, and you could change it up every single week. If you want to like tell your therapist, hey, I don't think I have time to take a video call, can I just take a phone call on the drive back from work? Like you can just talk to your therapist whenever you need to unwind and make those schedules for yourself. So it's really cool.
Exactly what Adam said. You can message your therapist at any time and schedule live sessions when it's convenient for you. If your therapist isn't right fit for any reason, you can switch it to a new therapist that is a more accustomed to your liking for no additional charge. With BetterHelp, you can get the same professionalism and quality to expect in an in-office therapy session, but with a therapist who is custom picked for you. More scheduling flexibility and at a more affordable price. Get 10% off of your first month at betterhelp.com/nerdlocker. Again, that's 10% off betterhelp.com/nerdlocker, and we will have the link down below in the description.
Remember, guys, mental health is just as important as your physical health. Keep yourselves in check. This episode is sponsored by Seventh Ink. Just so you guys know, we have these cool horror t-shirts, and what's nice, he's a seahorse. Mine is the Nevermore shirt. So there's a local artist here in the Florida area that we are good friends with, Matt. He has a company, Seventh Ink, that he designs all of these, as well as he has other designs on there that are from his daughter, who goes to her college fund and stuff. Yeah, all those different like little cute ones. That's his daughter. God. Yeah, so she also helps out with that. He has a very massive collection of original art on different button-ups, t-shirts, hoodies. He has pins, coasters, patches, so many cool things. He also has a Patreon that you guys can subscribe to, or a club that is linked through Patreon that you guys can get exclusive things like this. Nevermore shirt is exclusive to Patreon, even says on the tag. And you guys can get limited edition colors of certain things. So if you guys know about Pokemon, there's a thing of like shiny variants. So you kind of get shiny variants of these, different t-shirts. So this one is an exclusive, but sometimes he has red to green for like certain Christmas ones, and Halloween ones have different inverse of colors. So you can find all of that on his website at seventhink.com. And if you guys use our code ANGEL, ANGEL, at checkout, anytime you check out, you will get 10% off. That's 10% off every single time you check out. That's not a one-time code. That's an anytime code.
I thought we were just helping the guy out.
No, you guys can get 10% off anytime you see a new thing. It doesn't go for the subscription services, but it does go for any of your orders. Okay. So if you see that new shirt and you want to use our code, you type that in, you're going to get 10% off that new shirt that you've been wanting. So link down below, check him out. He's got some amazing stuff. New things are coming out, I know, for summer. Mm-hmm. So you guys can get some more summer stuff. He has tank tops and bathing suits, so look out for new designs.
Keep in mind, Matt's a local artist, so like we try and our best to support local artists. So please check him out if you haven't done so already. We'd really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Shout out to Matt.
And we're back. So,
sorry. Go ahead.
This is going to be, these two are going to be the most funny out of all of them. Everything else, like, they'll look like normal ads. Now they won't. They won't for this one. This is going to be like a tiny 2-second cut.
Your shit, man.
Anyways, so we have our Superman tease that came out from James Gunn. He showed us the S, which is kind of it's definitely a Kingdom Come inspired. So to give a very TLDR explanation of Kingdom Come. So that was a storyline where Lois Lane gets killed by the Joker. It's not like Injustice. It's more like gas bomb that kills Lois Lane. And it causes Superman to go like dark. And very, not dark in the way of killing people, but dark in the way that he sees things. In other words, he just becomes super Henry Cavill mopey, but to a point where like, if people like, he won't choose to save someone that doesn't need to be saved. He won't.
You said Henry Cavill.
Like, you know how he was very mopey? Like
like
Henry Cavill's version of Superman was very emotional, didn't say much, and was always like sad.
Okay.
That to a different level. So when James Gunn first came on, he teased like Kingdom Come by showing a little picture that people thought, oh, he's just gonna be inspired by, but no, this is actually gonna probably be his first storyline of Gods and Monsters.
All right.
And with that in Kingdom Come, it's fun. If you guys have the time, watch the original Christopher Reeves movies, because those movies are like that version of Superman is 1, 2, and 3. Superman 1, 2, 3. Then obviously they stopped making them. Christopher Reeve ended up passing away. But then we got a movie called Superman Returns with Brandon Routh in 2006. And that technically is the 4th movie in that franchise, because he's the same character, just a new actor playing and picking up where they left off. So everything is canon from the first 3 movies to that one. And then if you watch Crisis on Infinite Earths from the CW shows, Brandon Routh reprises his role of Superman as the Kingdom Come version with the actual comic accurate like black and red and blue suit. And that is still continuing his character. So that means that if you think about it, Christopher Reeve's Superman is the original version of the Kingdom Come Superman, because he will eventually lose his Lois Lane to a Joker. They never go really into it too much. They show a newspaper clipping of like the day it happened, but they don't really go far into it. But it just shows like, oh, we had a Kingdom Come Superman already. So like, it's kind of James Gunn's reboot of that, because David Cornsweet, like the reason he was picked, he said, was because he gave off the same Christopher Reeve like American boy attitude kind of thing. So like,
for a second?
Yeah.
Last name?
Cornsweet?
Terrible.
Yeah. Definitely. But regardless, I really am excited for this. The fact that we know we're going to probably get that means we're going to probably get a Joker. We're going to get a very grizzled Batman. We're going to get a lot of a big storyline.
But like, I mean, I feel like we've
so I'm for that
before, though.
We have, but the thing is when it came to Zack Snyder's big storylines, he wanted to do his own thing. I think James Gunn has taken a lot of inspiration and doing what Marvel did, which is like almost the same stories, just twists in them.
Okay,
I got real close, but just twists in them. Like, you know, you got Civil War, which was a adapted storyline from the comics that twisted around. Some people liked it, some people didn't, but it was still successful because it introduced Spider-Man. But you have all these different things. Ultron storyline was a little bit like turned around and stuff, but all of them had similar beats. And I think that's what James Gunn is taking that book out of Marvel of like, I'm going to do similar beats, but I'm going to just do it my own way. But we're getting the same story. But yeah, that's, I think, kind of cool.
Do you think there's like a release date for that? Or
for Superman, the Superman movie comes out July 11th, 2025.
Oh, we got a little bit. We got literally more than a year.
Yeah. we'll get Creature Commandos first, which will be the first thing in the DCU, but James Gunn said Superman's what really launches it off.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Can't believe we're resetting this whole thing.
And then another bit of weird tidbit news. Matthew Lillard is doing a new Scooby-Doo project.
I'm sorry. Scream?
Yeah. So Matthew Lillard, as of right now, is the voice of Shaggy in any animated series that's been for like the past, like I think almost 10 years now. Okay. So he's been actively in the Scooby-Doo universe regardless. I think this is the first time he's talking about a live action thing, because that's like, you don't announce something like this unless it's a live action thing. So we might be getting, I don't think we'll get a full cast reunion. I know Freddie Prinze Jr. is coming back for I Know What You Did Last Summer or a sequel, legacy sequel. So it's kind of like how Halloween ignored everything else. It's the same thing. Like, this will be a legacy sequel to the original. So we'll have Jennifer Love Hewitt supposed to be back for this. Like, this is confirmed. This movie's happening.
Okay.
So he's getting back in the limelight. So will he come back to play that? Would Sarah Michelle Gellar come back? Would
I mean, it's Shaggy. I feel like
it could just be a Shaggy and Scooby movie. It doesn't have to necessarily be the entire Mystery Inc.
The animation Scoob, right?
That was the live action with the animation, yeah, with Scoob, but that was supposed to be a prequel to those movies. Yeah. And the last one we got was Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed, which honestly, I fucking love those. And you know what's funny?
That was insane of a movie, man.
The reason I even mention this,
I saw those recently.
The reason I mention this is because you know who directed both 1 and 2, right? James Gunn.
Really?
Directed both of those Scooby-Doo movies.
That's really funny.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, James Gunn knows what he's doing. And does that mean James Gunn is going to be back for a third one?
Maybe.
Because under Warner Brothers, and he's CEO of DC. So he's working for Warner Brothers.
Do you think it's going to be a third one or like a remake? Completely new, like Scooby-Doo?
I think if they want money, they need to do a sequel. Like, full-on sequel.
The only thing that wasn't funny, the CGI was a mess, obviously, because it was...
early 2000s,
Early 2000s. I think that might be my only complaint. I love the lame jokes in it because it really fits the Scooby-Doo vibe. Mm-hmm. Dude, I still quote that movie today.
Yeah. No, so Scooby-Doo, also the second one was so like twisty with like Scrappy being the fucking villain.
Dude, that was crazy.
Like, and stuff like that, but it was so...
Also, fucking Monk was in it. Like,
who?
Monk, the guy who played Monk.
Oh, yeah. Rowan Atkinson.
Yes, that was guy, so random. Mm-hmm. Wait, is that his name?
Yep, Rowan Atkinson.
Really? I thought it was something else.
Oh. So, yeah, Rowan Atkinson.
Scroll. No, not him.
Oh, that's Mr. Bean.
Yeah, it's the guy who plays Adrian Monk from...
Gotcha. Yeah.
I think
are you talking about the first one or the second one?
I don't know. He was in one of them, I think.
If we look at the second one, the villain was, let's see, Tim Blake Nelson. This guy?
I do know that guy.
That was the villain. That was the villain of the second one.
Oh, okay.
You might be thinking of Scoob.
Somebody else.
Maybe you're thinking of I didn't see Scoob, so I don't know.
I didn't see Scoob either.
So, but Scooby-Doo 2 came out in 2004, so it's been a minute. It's been 20 years.
It could be that Mr. Bean.
And we definitely... So there was a reboot film called Scooby-Doo The Mystery Begins, featuring a new cast that aired on Cartoon Network, which had... it had Robbie Amell, which is Stephen Amell's cousin.
Oh, shit.
It also had Haley Kiyoko as Velma. It was supposed to be a reboot. It didn't do well. We were supposed to get a Scooby-Doo 3 as well. So apparently... So let me read this, guys. This is from Wikipedia real fast. I'm going to do this only a paragraph. But... in October 2002, during the filming of the second movie, they had approved production for a third one from Warner Brothers. They were hired to do a script, and then in 2004, Matthew Lillard said in an interview that it was canceled because the second had not done as well as expected, which he attributed to Warner Brothers releasing it at an inappropriate time. Which at the time, it was in 2004, March 20th. I don't know if he meant the time that it came out, like of the season or that year. But in a 2019 interview, James Gunn revealed that he was set to write and direct, but the film did not happen due to the financial disappointment of the previous film, stating although it did well, it didn't do well enough to warrant a third. And then Gunn tweeted in 2020 the plot for the canceled film, which was the Mystery Inc. gang are hired by a town in Scotland who complain they are plagued by monsters, but we discover throughout the film the monsters are actually the victims. Scooby and Shaggy have to come to terms with their own prejudices and narrow belief systems. So, the fact that it was already going to be centered on Scooby and Shaggy.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Huh. So we just wait now. Are we going to review this? We probably should.
Yeah, if it comes out. Yeah. And then the only other thing I want to bring up is we didn't see all of it, but we definitely saw the monologue for Jimmy Kimmel on the Oscars, and I think that was good. He did really well.
Thing too.
John Cena, yeah, but it was great. I really did like the comedy that they tried to do. They even had like a Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito stuff with Batman.
Yeah,
so like,
was good. A little bit more comedy than
way better than Slap from 2 years ago.
Yeah. I still wonder if that was real or not.
It was definitely real. I actually ended up reading Jada's like that part of her book at a bookstore, and no, it was 100% real.
Wow.
Yeah, she had no idea. She thought it was fake.
That's crazy.
Like,
Jesus.
she thought it was fake until she realized it was like something he had said when he sat down told her like, oh, this is not a bit. This is real. Yeah. Okay. So there, it was weird there, but yeah, I think I'm excited.
Was definitely more comedic. It felt like the Ricky Gervais.
Yeah.
They were trying to do.
It was definitely a lot more comedic, and like the people that won,
insulting people and making it like a comedic sort of relationship.
And the people that won, congratulations, you guys did very well. I'm very happy with most of the nominations. Obviously,
which one did you not like?
No, I just don't like that Barbie and Greta Gerwig got snubbed.
You think Barbie got snubbed? Best original
like Margot Robbie should have been up for a nomination, so should have Greta Gerwig. Like the fact that they weren't is fucked up.
Really? I mean, I feel like the Oscars are always fucked up.
Yeah, but that was like really fucked up.
Like I'm surprised they picked Barbie in general. It's not like their type of thing to pick, but it made such an impact.
Yeah.
That
rightfully so.
Put something
rightfully so. It had a great message.
And they mentioned it in the beginning of the show. Jimmy Kimmel even mentioned how much of an impact.
He also mentioned Madam Web.
He did. He even mentioned that it was almost like a subtle, like, you're not involved in a lot of this, but you've made such an impact that you should have been. Yeah. Involved in more of it.
Yeah, it was a really good monologue. I think it was very well done, and I'm excited for what this year has for movies because it's not going to be a lot, especially from the Marvel end. Like, I have a funny. I'm going to take some guesses here. I don't think I'm going to say it's a stretch for it to get nominated, but I think it'll be in the running to be nominated. Deadpool 3.
I mean,
for some category. I'm not saying for Best Picture. I'm not. Well, we have a lot of other movies that are coming out. It's not superhero movies. But it could be visual effects. It could be adapted screenplay. It could be costume design.
And
we know that next year they're going to start a new category for casting.
Which
so if it has as many cameos in it as it's supposed to.
Right. That's true.
They might win. Like, this movie might win an Oscar. This might be $1 billion movie that they're banking on. That's why they don't want to release anything else. They just want people to continuously keep going and watching it again and again and again.
What else there is?
We're probably going to have to watch it twice.
Bro, leaves keep falling behind me, and I don't like it.
But we're probably going to have to watch that movie twice.
I'll watch it once, and then you can watch it again.
You say that, but you know how many of your friends and family are going to probably want to watch it again?
Honestly, I hate them. So,
all right, where can they find you, man?
You can find me at the Sphere 21. I keep forgetting what fucking camera to look at.
Doesn't matter.
You can find me at the Sphere 21 on any social media platform except for TikTok. I'm Oliver Kahn VA, but I'm also the Sphere 975. I don't even know the number.
And you can find me at AMR Photography. You can find this studio at Archangel Studios Official. You can find this podcast, Nerd Locker Podcast, wherever you get them. Spotify, Apple, all that stuff. And you can find Only Spheres on OnlyFans.com.
No, can you just let that fucking go for 2 seconds? You know what? We're going to make an Adam Spheres.
OnlySpheres.com.
Nope.
You said 2 seconds. I counted. They saw it.
Dude, oh my God. That scared the fuck out of me. Behind your head, there was a lizard, and it crawled. It almost hopped in your head. I thought you were going to have a new friend.
Well, all right. Bye, guys.
All right. We're going to go eat fucking food. So, bye.